Here's a quick demo of the Puppet Warp tool in Photoshop CC. I've got a masked mannequin. First thing I like to do is turn it into a smart object because I want to non-destructively edit here. Then I'll go to Edit, Puppet Warp, and you can see at the top there's a Show Mesh, or I can not show the mesh. I'll have the mesh on, and you just click to add a pin. I've got two pins, and one of them was being a pivot point. I was able to move it around. So the pins will freeze it or move it. If you click on a pin and move it, it'll move. Otherwise, they'll freeze. So I'm going to take this mannequin here and make it look like it's standing on the subway here. A little foot tapping. See, I've got a little bit of a bent leg there. If I click and hold Option, a little rotate appears, and then I can straighten that out, just moving clockwise or counterclockwise to straighten out between those two pins. So that leg's a little less wobbly. I'll add pins at the various points of articulation and then move it around until he looks like he's on the train. I've got another wobbly looking arm there, but let's get the hand like it's wrapping around, straighten that out a little bit by holding Option again and rotating. Give it a neck for a pivot, move the head, and I think I want this leg to cross, maybe do casual cross leg sort of pose here. So I'll move this leg behind the other leg, straighten it out a little bit, and you'll note here one leg is going in front of the other leg. If I want to change that, I can go up, I'll turn the Show Mesh off. There is pin depth here. I can click pin depth, and as I do that, the pins will go either in front of or behind the other pins, so I can move separate objects in front of or behind others. So I think I want that leg in front. Now I'm going to take this arm here and hold this hand loop here. Do a little bit of straightening out by holding Option and grabbing hold of that, and that looks pretty good. A little bit more tweaking, add a couple more pins there to stretch things out, and then get a little bit more stretching. Let's see what happens with his shoulders moving around a little bit here, and that's pretty nice. And then you click the checkbox to commit. It's a non-destructive editing. I can turn that smart filter on or off just by clicking that eyeball. And they have masks on smart filters. I can paint black on that, and you'll see only the areas that are white will let the smart filter show through. Now I think I want to do a little bit more tweaking. I can click on the Puppet Warp again, and the pins are there. I can edit and come back later and edit. I'm going to add a layer mask now to let the mannequin hold on to this pole. Let part of him come in front or behind. I've got a layer mask there and a selection, so I'll paint just a little bit of black on that layer mask. Now he's going behind, and I'll turn that off so I can get a good selection of this loop. I'll use the quick selection tool here and select that loop, and then turn my mannequin back on and come in with a little bit of black brush, and there I go. If I did too much, I can paint white, and now he's holding on to the loop. There's the Puppet Warp tool in Photoshop CC.